Yo! Welcome to another episode of A Chapter a Day to Keep the Devil Away. I am Tinaya Shea, and this is the place where we read a chapter of the Bible a day, every day, until we finish the entire thing. Today we're going to be reading Genesis chapter 40. If you haven't read Genesis chapter 39, go do that. And if you are just joining us, then I would invite you to just be where we are and enjoy that. So anyway, today we're going to be reading Genesis 40, and we're going to do it now. Joseph interprets two dreams. Some time later, Pharaoh's chief cupbearer and chief baker offended their royal master. Pharaoh became angry with these two officials, and he put them in prison where Joseph was, in the palace of the captain of the guard. They remained in prison for quite some time, and the captain of the guard assigned them to Joseph, who looked after them. While they were in prison, Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker each had a dream one night, and each dream had its own meaning. When Joseph saw them the next morning, he noticed that they both looked upset. "Why do you look so worried today?" he asked them. And they replied, "We both had dreams last night, but no one can tell us what they mean." "Interpreting dreams is God's business," Joseph replied. "Go ahead and tell me your dreams." So the chief cupbearer told Joseph his dream first. "In my dream," he said, "I saw a grapevine in front of me. The vine had 3 branches that began to bud and blossom, and soon it produced clusters of ripe grapes. I was holding Pharaoh's wine cup in my hand, so I took a cluster of grapes and squeezed the juice into the cup. Then I placed the cup in Pharaoh's hand." "This is what the dream means," Joseph said. "The 3 branches represent 3 days. Within 3 days, Pharaoh will lift you up and restore you to your position as his chief cupbearer. And please remember me and do me a favor when things go well for you. Mention me to Pharaoh so he might let me out of this place. For I was kidnapped from my homeland, the land of the Hebrews. And now I'm here in prison, but I did nothing to deserve it." When the chief baker saw that Joseph had given the first dream such a positive interpretation, he said to Joseph, "I had a dream too. In my dream, there were 3 baskets of white pastries stacked on my head. The top basket contained all kinds of pastries for Pharaoh, but the birds came and ate them from the basket on my head." "This is what the dream means," Joseph told him. 3 baskets also represent 3 days. 3 days from now, Pharaoh will lift you up and impale your body on a pole. Then birds will come and peck away at your flesh." Pharaoh's birthday came 3 days later, and he prepared a banquet for all his officials and staff. He summoned his chief cupbearer and chief baker to join the other officials. He then restored the chief cupbearer to his former position so he could again hand Pharaoh his cup. But Pharaoh impaled the chief baker just as Joseph had predicted when he interpreted his dream. Pharaoh's chief cupbearer, however, forgot all about Joseph, never giving him another thought. My takeaway, Joseph, it's interesting that at the beginning of Joseph's story, he's just given dreams. He doesn't interpret them. We don't know if he has the gift of interpretation. We just know that he has very vivid dreams, seemingly from the Lord. We don't know. And then later on, he finds himself in this position, like he said, innocent of any crime. And now, dreams aren't necessarily given to him from God, but they're presented to him from others, and he's interpreting them. But even in that space, the humility to first say, the interpretation of dreams is God's business. Like he understands his place. He understands that he even in the midst of a circumstance that he doesn't want to be in, understands that he is under the hand of God's will, whether that feels heavy in prison or whether that feels light, being in charge of everything in Potiphar's house, the chief administrator. He understands that he's surrendered to his will. He understands that he is not the one in control. And at the end of the day, he is partnering with the Lord in the Lord's work. The Lord is not partnering with him in his work. And I just think there's a beautiful example of humility and still boldness in it, but true humility. When you know of the presence of the Lord and you've felt it in your life and you've allowed it to completely invade every part of your life, then that breeds confidence, because you've completely surrendered it to him. He doesn't seem to waver in his interpretation of the dreams. He doesn't seem to shy away from the interpretation just because it's positive, or shy away when it's negative, rather. He doesn't only speak boldly when it's positive. He straightforward, this is what the dream means. And we don't know the tone, but I imagine a confidence and a boldness in his voice. And I think that boldness stems from his humility and the posture that he has of not claiming anything in his own right or in his own strength, but only by the strength of he who sent him. And I think that is pretty cool. So that's what I got for you. I will see you tomorrow. I love you. Peace.